Benidorm enthusiast here. Have you ever wondered what Benidorm was like in the 70s? Well, if so, you're in for a treat today, because we're here with some of the workers and people that lived here during that era, the original workers of Benidorm. This is Mickey B,
Hi.
Organiser of this event today, which is a reunion party of people from the 70s. What's this all about?
Well, we all worked here in the 70s, escaping, wanting to do something and enjoy ourselves. We used to come over here and give tickets out, work behind the bars, work in kitchens, and just having fun in the daytime, nighttime, whatever. It was a chance to escape the mundane life. We were all teenagers or just in our 20s, and we wanted some fun, like most people did. So we come over here, give tickets out, work behind the bars and DJing, anything we could do just to make a few coppers to pay a bit of rent and have a few drinks and lie in the sun and enjoy ourselves. All these people here today, there's about 35, 36 of us who all got a story to tell, and maybe some we couldn't actually say on camera. When Franco was still in power, and some just after when there was a great change. But giving tickets out in the street was illegal. It was propaganda. It doesn't matter if it's political or promoting a bar. Couldn't be done. So we was always dodging police, trying to keep our head down. We was all looking out for each other, watching around. So we was trying to get people into the clubs and bars.
Was it actually legal for you to live here then?
No, completely illegal. You needed a stamp on the passport. You've got a period of time, like it is gone back now, where there's no free movement back then. So if you got caught and you never had a stamp, or your stamp was out of date, deportation, out of the country, couldn't return for 2 years. But the bars needed us. You know, the people who were coming here was a lot of British contingent, plus sort of northern Europeans, Scandinavians, a lot of Dutch used to come down here. So they all speak English, you know. A lot of the Spanish didn't speak English then. It's quite daunting. I was in my 20s. I'd finished my apprenticeship and what have you. I just wanted to do something, and having with your boss, Spanish boss, looking down on you, making sure you were doing your work, you had to go up to 3 topless girls and try and convince them to get into the club you work for, you know. And there was a lot of rivalry between clubs. You know, the best prop guys, and there were some of them here. They were really, really good at their job.
And so this reunion that you've done today, you've chosen this bar in particular. What did this used to be?
Well, this used to be the original Western Saloon in Benidorm.
The original Western Saloon, you know, the famous bar now. Right here on the beachfront. We're actually on the beachfront now, and we're towards the old town.
Yeah, that's right.
It's crazy.
And it was a busy bar. Proper swing doors on there, stagecoach in the corner. Themed Billy Lawrence and brought it down from Louet to around about 1973. They opened up here, and it was a game changer for the theme bar here. Not Spanish or anything, and it was rammed. I was beer waiter, collecting glasses. I DJ'd in here for a while. There used to be 6 on the floor here working, and there used to be a bit of trouble.
Was it a bit rough?
It was. You get Geordies one end and the people from Bolton or London the other end, and there was a lot of rivalry, you know, or banter across, and the odd bottle. 1978, it got closed down because of that.
Because what, trouble?
Trouble, yeah. It was rowdy and lots of things going on.
And what were the other main clubs and bars?
Well, British clubs, you had Tramps, but they had some great bars. So they had Hippo Campo, Bacchus Garden, 007. 007 was mostly Swedish. They loved the 007.
Wow.
It used to be on the Plaza Triangular. I think it's the KFC now. That's that one. Obviously, Cat Killer's Mill or Cat 3000, that's still there. That's Space or something there. There used to be El Corral.
What about the new town, the sort of strip area? Did that even exist?
Not really. Not really. most of the clubs and the small clubs were down underground.
Okay.
There were bottom hotels, but as soon as Spain got into the EU, the regulations changed. It was a bit of a free-for-all before that, probably through dictatorship. As soon as the regulations changed, tiny little fire escape with 400 or 500 people in a cellar is not good enough.
And what was in that area then? Was it just hotels?
It was scrubland. A lot of it scrubland. You know, you had Rio Park, Castilla were standalone hotels in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
It was they're all old orange groves and olive groves, which was Benidorm, right to the sea. The first hotel ever built up that end, I think, was Hotel Brisa. That was a shorter hotel that added rooms to the top of it, and there was nothing. It was just villas. And the last 3 villas got knocked down about 5 or 6 years ago.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and
sad that they took them.
Sad that they took them. But that was all the way along. There's just a few KM bar in the old villa.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the what is it? The bulldog? Not the bulldog. The next one on. I can't think what it's called. The white lion.
White lion. Yeah, that's still.
That's one of the old villas.
Still got the shape of it.
Yeah, that's one of the old villas. What used to be along here. And when I first come here in '74, that's when the high rises started with Zaragoza as mayor. He promoted the high rise and built a dual carriageway to nowhere when it was crazy. You know, the town folk here couldn't believe that he built a dual carriageway to nowhere. Yeah. But that dual carriageway is integral to Benidorm there.
Absolutely. But we're going to have a chat with some of your friends. So there's 35 of you.
There's about 35 of us.
And you found each other through a TripAdvisor post.
Yes, I put a TripAdvisor. I only knew people by their first names, you know, or nicknames.
But it's fantastic that you've all found some of other people. And if there's anyone watching this, by the way, and you were here in the 70s and you'd like to get in touch with Mickey B, we're going to add a link on the video description where you can get in contact with him. If you were here around that area, or you recognise anybody, or you recognise any stories, get in touch. Let's go have a chat with some of the other guests. Danny!
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
And you?
What year did you come to Benidorm?
1974.
1974.
And we worked here from 74 till, I think I was here till 79, maybe 80.
5 years?
Yeah.
Did you plan on coming that long when you first arrived?
Not really. I think it's sort of like snowballed, you know. Like, I mean, we actually used to work where we are now.
The Western?
You know, the Western
original?
Saloon. The original one, like one there once. It was, I mean, at the time, back then, it was owned by a Spanish company that had this one. It also had the one in the Britannia that was down by Kelly's Bar.
Okay.
And also, like, you know, at various places that were scattered about around Benidorm.
And it was a bit of a madhouse, wasn't it, this place?
It certainly was, as happens. I mean, like, if these walls could talk, I think we'd be in trouble. We used to have a stagecoach that was in the corner. You know, like, it was proper Western, you know, like proper Western material. But I mean, it was good, you know, like back then, obviously times were different, and it suited, you know, like it was one of them. At that particular time of our lives, it worked. You know.
How old were you when you was here?
I think I came here when I was 19, 20.
Wow, brave.
Yeah.
Or were you a bit naughty?
Yes.
I knew it.
I think there was a little mob of us that came from South London.
Okay.
And we came out here, you know, like, I think it was probably about 10 of us. Some stayed longer than others, but as I say, I lasted the distance.
And what was Benidorm like in general then? Was there a lot of British here? Was it just sort of starting?
It was. No, I'll be truthful. I don't really feel that it's changed that much.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, when I go for a walkabout now, there's still people doing what we were doing back then. Obviously, they're legal now. We was illegal. To me, I mean, as I say, I walk about and look at it, and it's pretty much exactly the same as what it was when we were doing it.
Still Benidorm?
Yeah. We meet up every year, and it's nice. It's nice to do it, to reminisce, you know, which is what we do. I mean, like one of them ones. But to me, it's not really changed that much. It really ain't, you know.
Is there any bars still going here now that you used to go to back then?
Obviously in the old town.
Yeah.
I mean, like you can't really do a great deal down the old town, as you know. You know, like it's one of them ones because of the structure of it. You know, like you still they change their names, but they are Sherry's, for instance. You know, like it's been there for 50 years.
Yeah.
You know, like some have succeeded, some have not, and they just go. You know, one of them ones. But maybe in the Rincon, when you walk about up there, I mean, I've come back this year, and even compared to last year, you know, like
a lot of changes.
They just go overnight, which is a shame.
It is.
And as you see the change, you look at it and you go, what was there before? I mean, I was a publican back home, you know, so I know how it works, you know, like it's one of them ones. But when I watch different things that they're trying to do and things like that, I've got my own take on it. You know, it's one of them ones. I mean, what's the pirate bar that's just opened along?
Jolly Roger.
Jolly Roger. Right. Well, I've read what you've said about it. You know, it's one of them ones, and I know how difficult it's going to be for them to make it work. You know, as I say, with my publican head on. You know, like as simple as that. Because what they're trying to do is fantastic, but the fact that they're open all day long, you've got that
changeover.
Yeah.
So what did you do here in the 70s? Were you in the bars? Well, were you propping? Bit of everything?
No. When I worked in the Western Saloon in here, I was behind the bar.
Okay.
So I was a barman, one of them ones. But as I say, you know, the company that we work for also owned the Istanbul, which is under the Hotel Don Juan, which is now the Diplomatic.
Okay.
Right, one of them ones. And I worked there for 3 years as well. And that was more propping, not behind the bar, you know, like one of them ones. And we used to go back to the club at night and you just keep it ticking over, you know, like it's one of them ones, isn't it? But as I say, you know, it was different then, but it worked.
Have you got any? What's your craziest memory?
Oh no, don't.
Come on.
No. You get me arrested.
Too crazy.
You get me arrested. 100%. 100%.
Janice, nice to speak to you. What year were you here?
First came in 1970.
1970?
On holiday.
On holiday, okay.
And then I come 73 for 6 weeks and 74 for 6 months.
Wow. What was it like then? What were you doing? Was you working in a bar?
73 I didn't do anything.
Okay.
74 we worked for a guy who had a lot of apartments and hotels and did contracts.
Oh wow. A proper job. And what was Benidorm like back then?
I was just saying, like a lot of this, there was a lot of open land.
Yeah.
There was
Wasteland.
a lot of wasteland. And you'd cross wasteland. And the best bit was where a lot of the old clubs were, like El Corral and Cap Mill. That was all down the main road now, and we used to walk miles and miles. Never knew we were even walking miles.
Wow.
Fascinating.
It is, and it's fabulous that you all meet up. Did you know a lot of these people then?
No, I didn't know any of these people. I love it.
Yeah, I think it's fabulous. Did you live in the old town or?
We first lived Mariola Apartments was in the old town, and then we moved New Life 1, I think, New Life 1. So that was a bit further out, but even then it was still, everything was central then.
Have you got any crazy stories you could tell us?
I'm not telling you.
Everyone's been there. I think you were all really, really naughty back then. I think you must
could be. You could
be. You could be.
I used to wake up on that beach in the morning.
These are the
and
stories
people would be laying on their towels and it wasn't sunbeds, and you'd sort of wake up and think, oh my God, and just go home.
I've done that before. That doesn't change. Yeah. But you'd wake up with all your stuff still.
And then you've got to go away.
That might have changed nowadays.
No, just come out of the club and fall asleep.
Excellent.
No, and we weren't, there wasn't any fear then. There wasn't. And I was just saying, we just said about certain bars, and my friends, we all went to the same, like Istanbul, El Corral, all different ones, but there was the X bar in town, which is now like where the Pig and Whistle is. And then it was heavy music, and there wasn't many places, that was just the start of all that heavy rock. And none of mine went, I'd go on my own. And then I met a girl from Bristol whose friends didn't go, and that's how we got friends.
Everyone who I've spoke spoke to today is from the south of England, which is has really surprised me because nowadays Benidorm's very much a northern resort. There's not many southerners here now.
You still do get, it's different times of year.
Was there many northerners back then?
No.
No, all southerners.
Yeah, more southerners.
Yeah.
A lot more southerners.
That has really, really surprised me.
No, it is interesting.
Yeah.
And we have a place in Albert. We've been in Albert for nearly 20 years. And now that has changed as well, because the dynamics have changed there.
More Scandinavians.
A lot more Scandinavians. Dutch.
Yeah.
But here there was Dutch, Swedish when we were out here.
Swedish?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the Swedes, a lot of Londoners stopped coming to Benidorm because they go down to Malaga, Marbella.
Did you not fancy it down there?
No.
You like it up here? Good on you. Derek, tell us a bit about your history with Benidorm. What year did you come here?
Well, I first came over in 1977 with a broken leg, and I was hoping to get a job at the La Era Park Hotel, but a guy died and my job disappeared. But I used to go down the Pig and Whistle a lot, and Myri, who was the owner at the time, she used to reserve the door. And when I got in, she got on, because the Pig and Whistle was always packed.
Yeah.
And she called me Derek the Leg. And her daughter still calls me that now. But then I came back the next year and I got jobs at bars that are no longer here. The Highwayman in Marqués de Comillas.
Okay.
And then the Mona Lisa bar. I did a bit of washing up in Vincent's.
Okay.
But then I got a job at the New Scotsman, which became Scruffy Murphy's, I think, later on. And then I went home, got a job, didn't like it. I thought, I've not got it out of my system yet. So I came back and I worked most of the season the next year at Sherry's Bar.
The original Sherry's.
The original.
Not where it is now.
No, it's a new little cocktail bar now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But Jeff's still in the new one, and I always go and see him.
He's still working.
I know. I keep telling him to retire. But then I worked at Jack's place, who used to illegally sell the tickets for flights home. And I mean, you were always dodging the police back then because none of us had got permits.
Nobody in papers or anything like that.
No, that's right. So, but it's wonderful that through TripAdvisor and Facebook, all this is happening.
It's fantastic, it is.
Yeah, it really is. And what I find amazing is that there's so many people that are in the 70s that are still in reasonably good health.
Yeah, absolutely. And considering that they lived in Benidorm, which can take a toll on your health.
Oh, it certainly can.
So how long were you actually living here for?
About 9 months the first year and similar the second year.
Okay.
But I went home when getting towards Christmas on both times. And because Jack's place didn't open all over the year, so he was looking to close anyway. So I decided to call it a day. And I went home, and that same day, my boss from Dunlop knocked on my door and said, "Oh, you're back now?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You done it? Got the T-shirt?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Do you want a job?" And I said, "Yeah." So he said, "As long as you've got it out your system."
And have you been coming back on holiday since, or just for this?
Oh, certainly. We came back in '95 with Diane's mum and dad and their 2 little girls.
And how do you think Benidorm's changed over the years?
It's changed a lot, but I wouldn't say it's for the worst. And what I love about it is whatever you want to see or do, you can do it. And people that say it's like Blackpool or anything else, I don't think they've ever been.
No, most of them haven't.
I don't think they've been. Say, if you want to eat tapas and drink red wine every night, you can. If you want to see a tribute act every night, you can. And I love it. I just do love it.
And you'll keep coming back?
Yes, I hope the prices don't go up too much. They are going up a bit, yeah, but it's and you can't fault this.
Tony, great to meet you.
Thank you.
So tell us a bit about yourself. When were you in Benidorm living here?
I weren't living. I sort of come out for a time. I was out here in 77 and 78 on holiday, a couple of weeks.
Long holidays?
2 weeks those times. And then in 79 I come out and I was out here for like what we call the season. So come out in sort of March when I'm October.
Okay, and what did you do? What did you get up to? Sunsea and sangria?
Sunsea and bikinis.
And bikinis, okay.
No, we've done a bit of prop work. We've done like a bit of babysitting for Thompson's holidays. Or Thomas Cook, the reps used to call us up and say, got people who want to babysit. We just go and sit in the room with the kids and babysit them. You know what I mean? They were safe with us than anywhere else. And that was it really. Oh, and we used to do a bit of propping for all the different clubs and bits and pieces.
And you were just telling me about is it Kaloo Bar?
Yeah, the Kaloo Bar was where we all sort of met of a night. That was our main meeting.
Is that like the workers bar?
You know what I mean? We used to go and like you'd all sort of get in there early and they'd all go in there after they'd done their propping, and everyone was just like one big family and we'd all know each other. Take the mickey out of each other all the time, but we knew each other, so it was
What
great.
was it like in there?
It's just electric. It's amazing.
Good fun.
I mean, I think like we're all out here now, sort of all these years later, having a reunion because we all remember how good it was then. And we still look at each other as if we were like 20, 23. We're not, but you know what I mean? We just
It brings it back.
It brings it back. Yeah, it's lovely.
Were you naughty back then?
I weren't.
Come on! What did you get up to? Tell us some stories.
No, there weren't no stories
fun
really.
Stuff.
There was like, you just sort of like every night you was just out. You just used to like come down and you just used, we used to do like the sweeping in the clubs. Like we'd see all the new fellas coming. We'd go, right, so we'd send 3 or 4 girls over, go and have a quick dance with them. And we'd go and nick all their drinks with their vodkas and tonics and that. And all of a sudden they'd realise we was doing it and like they'd want to have a rug. And we'd say to all the boys, they're going to start us, right? And they'd all rush about and all that. It was just like, there was no harm in anyone, it was just complete fun.
Yeah.
But they did work hard, the boys, the prop boys, they worked really hard.
Did you have like a sort of clique of friends?
Yeah, we all sort of stuck together. It didn't matter whether you were Scottish, Irish, English, the South London, everyone just
looked after
like
each
because
other.
we was all out here working and really none of us had a lot. We all just looked after each other. It was brilliant.
And you were telling me just about a story about your mum bringing over...
Oh yeah, we got here and we love Palm Ash, that's sort of South Londoners. So I said to my mum was coming out, I said, Mum, do us a favour, she wanted me to bring you out anything. Yeah, bring me out some Palm Ash. So my mum come from Gatwick Airport with 2 Olsel. She bought out about 68 pies and I don't know how many partners of liquor. And we were staying at Playmont, we had an apartment in Playmont Fiesta studio, and I charged them all to eat it.
I bet they loved you though, didn't they?
They were queuing up round the block.
Pie and mash from London.
And then we used to have like water shortages, so like we'd have to go downstairs to the pool area, which was a beautiful pool at the time. It's not now, but I mean it was lovely.
It was the place.
It was
to
the
stay
place.
Back then.
And we used to like get in the water, wash all our hair, and there was like the guy had come out, the supervisor going, and we'd all have to run out of the pool because there'd be soap suds everywhere. It was like having a shower and washing our hair and all that in the pool. And that's what we just did. It was a case of literally you come out here for 6 months, you wore a bikini and you wore like got ready of a night and you went out every night and you just had fun.
Yeah.
And that was
some
it.
Good people.
Yeah, we're still in there now, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, I'm like years later. And so people in there, and I come out, one of the girls is in there I come out with, in 79, she's still with us. And there's a few we've lost along the way, but everyone's just good, and it's just the memories and it's silly jokes and silly things we all got up to. So it's brilliant.
Tell us some more juicy stories. Go
There's
on.
no juicy ones really,
I'm
you
sure
know what I
can
mean?
think of some,
Well, what, like what?
I don't know.
We used to live opposite the clap clinic.
Was that where Clinic of Benidorm is now?
There was a Clinic of Benidorm, so
And
we used to see, where were the Playmont
Fiesta.
Fiesta, there wasn't all the buildings, so we used to see whoever was walking in there, and we used to go down the Kaloo bar at night and they'd do all the noise juice. We used to stand there all clapping at them.
Because you'd know they'd done the
we know
walk
they'd
of
done
shame.
the walk of shame. So that was the best one, I think.
Excellent. What other stuff did you get up to? What's the toilet roll thing? You said about, was that the lads all?
Well, no, because we was all on a budget out here. We did they didn't earn a lot of money. No one did, and we had to pay the rent, pay this, pay that. So if we needed things like toilet rolls, tomato ketchup, salt and pepper, we just used to go in. We used to go in the hotels and have take your rolls on and just pile up with the toilet rolls. Or what we used to do.
Got to do what you got to do.
We used to go to a lot of the hotels and say a room number and sit down and have dinner.
Did you?
So they found out we weren't in them and they'd chase us out.
I've done that before as well.
I know, it's good, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Always tastes better when it's free.
The Preblo was brilliant for doing that.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for your time
Thank
today.
you so much.
Enjoy your evening, and
All right.
I'll see you again soon.
All right then. Thanks.
You.
Bye.
How about that, guys? It sounds like absolutely amazing time. Some great characters here. I've really enjoyed making this video. Really interesting stories. Hope you've enjoyed it too. And if you are watching and you were here around that time, get in touch with Mickey B via the link that we're going to post in the video description. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that beer mug in the corner to subscribe. And also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, X and TikTok at the Benidorm Enthusiast. Stay positive and stay safe.